A very big severe weather outbreak is shaping up across parts of the plains and Midwest, with Gulf moisture surging upward and warm air colliding with cold air as a trough is making its way into the United States, causing a chance for supercells to fire along a dry line, making a chance for strong tornadoes, very large hail, and destructive winds. I'm going to be talking about what you need to know about the severe weather potential, so let's get right into the video. It is Saturday, May 16th, 2026, and we have a potential for severe weather today in parts of the plains into the parts of the Ohio Valley and Midwest. As you can see right here, the Storm Prediction Center has issued a enhanced risk of severe weather in southwestern Nebraska, northeastern Colorado, and northwestern Kansas, where there's a potential for severe weather today. They also have a level 2 out of 5 slight risk going from northwestern Kansas into western Iowa. We also have a potential for severe weather today as well. Then a level 1 out of 5 marginal risk going around the slight risk, going from northern Colorado into the Ohio Valley, where we have a potential for some isolated severe weather today. We do have a potential for an isolated tornado today with a 5% tornado risk out here in parts of southwestern Nebraska, northwestern Kansas, and northeastern Colorado. There's going to be a chance for an isolated tornado today out here, so definitely be prepared for maybe an isolated tornado. We also do have a chance for some damaging winds out here, mainly within this 30% wind risk marked with a wind conditional intensity group 1 risk. We could be seeing winds up to 80 miles per hour within the wind conditional intensity group 1 risk with the dashed lines. But elsewhere inside of that 15%, which is that yellow, and that 5%, which is that brown, we could be seeing some damaging winds as well. We do have a chance for some pretty large to very large hail, especially within this area right here. So definitely be prepared for potential large to very large hail down south into parts of western Oklahoma and kind of these areas, though. That's going to be a little bit of a more conditional threat. So we don't know if the storms are going to develop, but if they do, they could produce some pretty large hail. Then for tomorrow on Sunday, we'll have another severe weather potential down from northern Texas into parts of the Midwest, as you can see right here. So this is for Sunday. Sunday is going to be a pretty big severe weather threat, as you can see right here. There's that marginal risk, which is that level 1 out of 5 in that green. And then we have a level 2 out of 5 slight risk in this yellow. And then actually have a level 3 out of 5 enhanced risk out in eastern Nebraska, up into southeastern South Dakota, including Sioux Falls. So definitely be prepared for Sunday, as we're going to have some primed conditions out there for severe weather tomorrow on Sunday. We even have a 10% tornado risk actually in effect out here in Sioux Falls and areas around Sioux Falls and northeastern Nebraska. So definitely be aware for some chances for some tornadoes out here tomorrow. We also have a tornado conditional intensity group 1 risk out here, where a strong tornado can't be ruled out tomorrow, EF2+. Wouldn't be surprised if we got tornado conditional intensity group 2 risk somewhere out here. We also have chances for some damaging winds tomorrow within these areas. It looks like the damaging wind threat isn't going to be that crazy for tomorrow and Sunday, but mainly within this 15% wind risk tomorrow and Sunday is where we're mainly watching for potentials for some damaging winds. We have a 30% hail risk, though, actually out here. I think very large to very large hail is going to be a potential, but we could be seeing some pretty large hail tomorrow and Sunday as well, especially if you're in those dash lines. We could be seeing hail up to hen egg size. Definitely be prepared for that. So Sunday is when it really starts to get ramping up. Now Monday should be the peak of the severe weather sequence. As you can see right here, there's a chance for severe weather all the way from northern Texas into parts of the Midwest. There's a slight risk going from northern Texas into the Great Lakes region, where some scattered severe weather is going to be a potential on Monday. We also have a level 3 out of 5 enhanced risk out from northern Oklahoma into parts of central Iowa. This is for Monday, so we're watching Monday very closely as well. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually got a moderate risk somewhere with this area. I think they might expand maybe the enhanced risk out a little bit more than add a moderate risk somewhere in there. So yeah, definitely pay attention to the forecast very closely, as there could be some stuff that will change. So yeah, so this could shift around a little bit more, and they could expand some of the stuff out. But I'll keep you guys updated. Any severe conditional intensity group 2 risk actually out here from in parts of eastern Kansas up into southeastern Nebraska. And it doesn't stop there. As we get into Tuesday, we have another severe weather chance from eastern Oklahoma into southern Michigan. Now, depending on how bad the storms are on Monday, if the storms are pretty bad on Monday, then Tuesday might not be as bad. But if Monday isn't that bad, then Tuesday could be actually pretty bad. So definitely still watching Tuesday very closely as well for potential severe weather. Here's some of the storms that we could be expecting today pop up out here. You can see this is the future radar for today. We're going to have some storms pop up out there in parts of northeastern Colorado, having a chance to produce some tornadoes, some damaging winds. Then that's kind of going to go move into the southwestern Nebraska, northwestern Kansas area. So, and producing damaging winds, hail, and maybe an isolated tornado around 9 p.m. Eastern out there. And then it's kind of going to continue to move out there. It's going to kind of be a cluster of a line of storms pushing through for embedded tornadoes being a potential. We're also going to have some of these storms pop up out here in parts of Iowa, northern Missouri, having a chance to produce severe weather as well. So we're definitely also watching those, as they could pop up and even produce maybe an isolated tornado as well out there in parts of northern Missouri and southern Iowa. So yeah, that's what's kind of going on today. And then out towards the Ohio Valley, it's mainly going to be a morning threat out in parts of the Ohio Valley. Into parts of the afternoon, though, in some of these areas you can see. But in the morning, we're going to have some storms kind of push through here through the morning today, producing mainly a chance for some damaging winds and hail. So we're definitely watching that. Very low tornado threat out here. So yeah, and then those are kind of just going to push through. So that's kind of what the Ohio Valley is looking like. Here's what some of the storms could look like on Sunday here. As you can see, we're going to have some storms start to pop up out there on Sunday. Especially out here in Nebraska. I'm definitely watching Sunday if you're in Nebraska, so be prepared out there. At 7 p.m. Eastern, this is around 7 p.m. Eastern, you might have a few storms pop up out there, producing some chances for some strong tornadoes and some damaging winds, hail with that. So those are kind of just going to push through. Omaha, Nebraska, I'd be watching these storms closely. Over there towards Sioux Falls, South Dakota. So definitely watching these very closely. And then if we check this out up here in parts of South Dakota, you can see we're also going to have some of these storms pop up out here in the north central U.S., as you can see out here. And then have potential for a line of storms out there on a Sunday around 11 p.m. Eastern, mainly towards southern Minnesota and central Minnesota, producing a chance for embedded tornadoes. Checking out Monday, this is what Monday could look like. Now keep in mind, this is the Rufus model. This is this can convect and stuff, but you can see here, this is kind of just to give you a look at what Monday could look like, because we're going to have a lot of storms pop up out there, leading to potentially one of the worst severe weather days of May, if not this year. So that's definitely something to be watching. That's kind of what Monday could look like out there. So definitely still watching Monday very closely. A CAPE, this stands for Convective Available Potential Energy. It's basically storm fuel, so just think of it as storm fuel. You can see that we're gonna have a decent amount of storm fuel tomorrow on Sunday, as you can see right here. Then on Monday, we're gonna have a lot of storm fuel out there, potentially getting up to 4,000 to 5,000 joules per kilogram. So definitely really watching Monday. And we're having a lot of moisture get pulled up into the United States, as you can see right here. That's also going to help with the severe weather setup. As you can see, there's going to be that dry line with the storms that could fire along the dry line. There's just going to be a lot of moisture get pulled up into the United States from the Gulf, and then that bone dry air from the west, and that's going to lead to that dry line setup. And that's going to be a lot of moisture that's going to come in. Could be seeing up to 70-degree dew points out there on Monday potentially, which is going to be pretty crazy. Taking a look at the trough here, you can see that we're going to have a trough come out from the Pacific into the United States here. And that's going to lead to that severe weather chance out there on Monday and stuff, Sunday and Monday, as you can see right there. You can see that's kind of what the trough could look like as it comes out from the Pacific. And yeah, this is gonna be a almost perfect severe weather setup out here. We're getting all the ingredients coming together right for a potential tornado outbreak. So definitely be aware if you're out in any of these areas for the next few days. Make sure you're having a way to get alerts, severe weather setup, get helmets, shoes, or anything that you might need for this severe weather setup out here. If you're anywhere in any of these risks, and yeah. If you know anyone in these risks that I talked about in today's video, please make sure to let them know and spread the word for this growing risk. And there's actually going to be a chance for some excessive rainfall on top of the severe weather over the next few days. So definitely keep excessive rainfall in mind, as we could be seeing a chance for some flooding. A lot of rain is going to be dumped on top of some of you guys out there. So definitely, it's not just going to be the severe weather threat. We're also going to be seeing a chance for some flooding, especially in those low-lying areas. So turn around, don't drown when encountering flooded roadways. So we're going to be seeing a chance for a lot of rain. And I don't want to completely leave the fire weather risk out, because we do have a chance for some fire weather today out here towards the southwest. So be prepared for that, and don't be throwing your cigarette out of the window today out here in the southwest, especially even tomorrow, though, where we get extreme fire risk out here in parts of the Texas Panhandle as we get into tomorrow on Sunday. So definitely be prepared out here for some fire weather, even out there towards Sacramento, California on Sunday. You guys got to be watching out for potential fire weather, but especially over there towards the Texas Panhandle on Sunday, as there's an extreme fire risk out there. There's going to be some pretty dry air, warmer conditions, and windy conditions out there, and potential for dry thunderstorms even. As you can see right here, we're going to be having a potential for some dry thunderstorms today out here towards the Texas Panhandle that could spark wildfires like we've been seeing. There's also going to be a lot of lightning with these storms, so definitely when thunder roars, go indoors. And that's pretty much all I got for you in today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Stay weather aware, and I'll see you in the next weather update video. Have a wonderful day. Stay tuned for some live streams.